Now what I'll do, I'll create a variable which marks for the representation of hash table. So here I'll say where some names as some values associated to it. So first will be David, and then I'll have the other name as Jennifer. Then the next value will be Donnie, and after that I'll have value called say Raymond, and after that comes the value that is Cynthia. So like I want to give some elements for my array, so I'll say Cynthia, and then comes Mike, and after that comes the value called as Clayton, and then comes the value as Danny. So the next value will be Danny, and after that comes Jonathan, and these are the sum values. So I'll just first print my console. So it's like I want to check if my values are properly aligned in sum names format. So this is sum names. So I've printed my value with the help of console, that is console.log sum names. So now I'll go to my browser and verify whether it is proper or not. So this is my browser. Here I'm calling for hashing and hashing1.html. I just want to check my console. So I'll check in my console over here, and here I'm getting the value as array9. So my array is initialized properly. I'm getting value as the way I mentioned: David, Jennifer, Donnie, Raymond, Cynthia, Mike, Clayton, Danny, and Jonathan. Now I'll do the next thing is to create my hash table inside this variable. So I'll say var h table equals new hash table, and here I'll declare my value as for variable I equals 0, I less than sum names dot length I plus plus. Okay. Inside this I'll specify my table as h table dot put. I'll take put parameter over here. Your put should be in small case, and I'm taking the put value like in such a way that my values or the indexes should be mentioned properly over there. So I'll say sum names, I'll take parameter as I. Now I'll call for show distribution method. The way we did in our previous example, the same pattern I'm following for now. So it will say h table dot show distribution, and there ends my parameter over here. So this is how I created my values representation. Like I had 9 values, I did call for my hash table functionality, and I have put all the values inside my hash table, and I call for the functionality of show distribution. So now let's go to our browser again and verify whether I'm getting it proper or not. So here you can see, first of all, I got whatever the array I wanted in the proper way. Now the next focus is to understand whether my better hash functionality has been successfully achieved or not. Which means that whatever I called over here, say 12 for Jennifer, so these all functionality is nothing but it is taking the ASCII values of each and every character, and it is multiplying that with the product what I am getting, and the product resultant is calculated in the total the way we did in our logic, if you remember, for better hash functionality. Here I took first of all the ASCII character with the functionality of JavaScript as char codat, and then I got a total over here, and this total was represented as, you can say, the integer value was passed with the functionality. So that is what I am getting for each and every word. Say for Jennifer I got a value 12, for Raymond I got 22, for Donnie 55, correspondingly for Clayton I got as 58, and Jonathan was 80, Mike as 82, and Cynthia as 103. Similarly for Danny I got 110. So it's like in the format of the ascending order, I got what are the values I needed for better hash functionality. So this was a simple illustration for understanding the better hash implementation in JavaScript. The next chapter will be focusing about the hashing integer keys. So as the way we did for string, till now we had a complete overlook for string. But next chapter will be focused understanding about the hashing of integer keys. So let's move on to our next chapter.